In this video, we're going to go ahead and finish up the pop EDM track from scratch. And today we're going to go ahead and write a bridge and an outro and fully arrange the track and call it done.
True Sound Studios is in your ears.
Okay guys, welcome back. So today we are going to go ahead and just wrap up this EDM pop track so that we can move on to some other tracks. Obviously this track is, it's good. I like it. You know, I think with a good vocal over the top of it, it'd be really cool, but obviously we're creating a track from scratch, so you just really never know how they're going to turn out. And, you know, I don't absolutely love this one. It's not my favorite track I've ever created, but I think with, like I said, with the right vocal, this would be a really good track. Okay, so really quick, our main chords that we started with, once again, I just went ahead and just tweaked this just a little bit. I added this plugin on here. This is the Waves Center plugin. And what it does is it helps pull down what's in the middle of a particular track and really kind of spreads it out through the side. So it's also known as mid-side processing. Just take a listen to it with it on and then off. And then this is with it off. You can hear it just kind of like eliminates some of those chords from being directly down the center of our mix, which won't be too big of a deal until we start tracking vocals and we really want to leave some space for our vocal. Besides that, that's really all I did to this track. Just tweaked teeny tiny little levels, but nothing major at all. So let's go ahead and arrange this track. So right now we just have the hook, which is here. Then we have our verse, which is here, and then it goes to the pre-chorus. Now we need to go ahead and make this a full song. So typically, an EDM pop track, you know, something that you might hear on the radio is somewhere in between 3 minutes and then 3 minutes and 30 seconds, really at the max. Now, obviously, you can make a longer song if you wanted to and have a radio edit where it's shorter, but in this case, let's go ahead and arrange the track to try to get to that 3 minutes and 30 seconds max. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn on our snap up here to whole notes right here. Okay, so as of right now, the pre-chorus would come in and it just kind of stops. Boom. That's where we need our hook to come in. And we're going to have to come up with like some clever way to go ahead and bring it in. So what I'm going to do is right click and hold down and just kind of select all this stuff. You could also do select all, but it sometimes doesn't work wonderfully. I'm going to go ahead and copy. And then right here, right where our chords end on the new measure 27, we can go ahead and paste. Whoops. Okay, so that's a good thing that happened. I'm going to go ahead and undo that. And we need to, when we ever copy this much stuff, you want to go ahead and select the first track so that it copies starting with the first track. So once again, edit, paste. There we go. So now we are right back to the beginning. So if you listen from this pre-chorus, okay, cool. So I think you guys probably heard that right there. The chords that are going on in that pre-chorus are just too quiet. The chorus comes in and it's super loud. So let's go ahead and actually just raise the volume back up of this. Maybe we'll go ahead and raise up that piano lead that we did. So that sounds better. Now let's go same spot. Okay, cool. So now that we've copied this, we have chorus, verse, pre-chorus, and then we just copied in our new chorus, and then we have a second verse, second pre-chorus. So right here, though, right where it transitions, we're going to go back and kind of make this sound a little bit more fun. Something like, you know, it's meant to transition instead of just going right from the pre-chorus right into the chorus. So from here, we can go ahead and we are at 1:30. So not really very long. So let's go ahead. Once again, let's right click and let's just grab just the chorus. Okay, so this is the chorus drums. We have that crash effect, that thing. And then we have the chords and all of our synths and bass and stuff like that. So now I'm going to go ahead once again and go to copy. And we're going to come over here. Let's make sure that our snap is on. And go right here to the end of the second pre-chorus. And once again, we'll select the top to make sure it copies correctly. Then paste. And for this one, since this is going into the bridge, maybe we want to go ahead and double the length of this chorus. So we can go ahead and just paste this one more time so that we have this coming out of the second pre-chorus. And another chorus. Okay, so now, we are 2 minutes into this track. So we still typically would probably want to have some sort of bridge. Now the bridge, is really kind of up to you. You can go where we take this big, huge chorus and really break it down, almost even smaller than our verses were. Or we could kind of keep this energy up and make the bridge really kind of uplifting and, something still really energetic to listen to. So in that case, if we want to do the bigger, still keep the energy up, what we can do is, once again, we're going to copy one more chorus in. This chorus is going to be a little different because we're going to go ahead and kind of manipulate it and change it. So we have this double chorus here. Now, if we check out our time, 1:30 so it's about 30 seconds long. So if we add a bridge, it's another 30 seconds long. It'll bring us to about 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which is still, a kind of really short song. So let's go ahead and just grab both of these choruses and we will go up here to edit, copy. And right here at the end of that chorus, we can go to edit, paste. And so now we've just doubled our double chorus. So now we need to make this different from the chorus because we don't just want another doubled chorus on top of this. We need to now make this the bridge. So first thing, let's go ahead and let's come up here to the drums. So our bridge is going to start at 67. Let's double click on our drums here. Okay, let's zoom in. So let's go ahead and maybe we'll take out the hi-hats, so that we really have a defined part where this is going to change because we need to make this sound different. Now we can add in hi-hats in a little later on, but let's just go ahead and let's hear what this sounds like. Okay, so maybe let's even change up the beat here. Let's change up the kick and snare pattern. So I'm going to come up top, move this down, and let's go to 16th notes again, and this is on 16th. So let's go ahead and let's add snares on the 2 and 4. So like this. So we kind of have that little bit more like driving sound. So we'll do this for those four measures. So that's where it would repeat right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just delete the rest of these drums because we're going to go ahead and just redo all these. So this is 4 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that we have this, if we like that, we can go ahead once again, edit, copy, and then come over here to the beginning of our measure, edit, paste. Let's go here. Let's take a listen. Okay, so that's cool. I still think it sounds too much like the chorus though. So let's hear what happens if we take out our main chords. So it's going to be these chords. Let's see what happens if we take those out. Let's just give it a shot. See, now I kind of like that. So let's listen a little further back. So this is still the chorus. Bridge. So I like that. I think that actually kind of does sound really good. So what we should do is maybe we'll take our lead. So this is like the second lead we created. Okay, so that lead, I think that just needs to change and it needs a different sound to it. So we can do a whole bunch of different things, you know, picking different synths and things like that. Maybe something like maybe some strings or maybe some really cool sounding synth might work really well. So what I'm going to do is just going to delete the rest of those chords now that I know that I like those gone. And so let's go ahead and create another synth. So go here. This time I'm going to use a synth that you guys probably don't have, but you should try to look into. It's called Silent. So we want to create another track. Once again, just leave everything alone. Okay, so I created yet another synth, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that lead, and I'm just going to go ahead and drag it down to the new MIDI track on our new synth, the Silent synth. Silence is I probably use this synth on, I would probably say every single one of my productions. So, but the tone and the sounds you guys pick, you know, it's up to you. We're trying to create a different sound. So, I'm going to go ahead and just lower the volume down. This synth is crazy loud. So it's just going to go from here to here. So let's see how that sounds. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I really like that. I think that sounds pretty awesome. Obviously, this is a very modern sounding synth. And then just real quick here, let's just go ahead and label this. So we got Silent Lead and then Silent Lead MIDI as usual. Same labeling. So for this though, you know, maybe we want the octave to change halfway through it. So let's hear what it sounds like if I just go ahead up here to the Smart Tool and just drag this down a full octave. So if we start here at C6, we want to go down to C5. Let's hear what this sounds like. Too low, doesn't sound good. So let's go ahead and take this, let's copy it, okay? Edit copy, and let's come up here and we're just going to copy the whole thing one more time, and maybe this time we'll go up the octave. So go here and then bring it up to C7. Might be a little too high. I mean, it could work. Let's take a listen to this by itself. And then up the octave. So I think that will work. We would just probably want to go ahead and automate that volume so it kind of pulls it back down in the end, just so it isn't so loud when it goes up the octave. Okay, it might be a little much, but something like that. Okay, cool. So that sounds good. Now let's go back up to our drums now that we have that situated. So let's go ahead and just copy all of our drums just for this bridge part. Let's go to the whole notes here and just copy it one more time. So right there, right where it changes octaves in the bridge, obviously we're talking about the bridge here. Let's go ahead and add some hi-hats back in just to kind of make it seem like something else is changing. And then let's go ahead and actually cut out these drums here too, just to kind of make it feel like something else once again is happening. So delete those guys. Stop. Kind of helps build things up a little bit. And then let's add some fast hi-hats in. Let's see what this sounds like. So maybe something like that. Let's take out every other in the second half. Okay, I kind of like that. That might work. So maybe let's try something like this. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's go ahead and copy and paste this a whole bunch of times. And then at the end here, we really need to cut it out one more time just to really make our chorus, our end chorus, come in really powerful. So maybe right here, we'll just go ahead and just delete all this one more time. And then also right there at that 82, right where we just cut out those drums, let's go to our synth, that pulsing one. I think it's here. Yeah. And then let's cut that out right at that 82 right there. Let's just cut these chords out. So it's just that lead there at the last second. Maybe even that bass also. Here's the bass. So let's listen to this a little further back. Boom, and then right back into the chorus, and that's pretty much the rest of our track. So up here, it's going to get a little complicated just because of how we got these drums. I'm just going to copy actually all of them. And I'm going to do that because we still need some sort of outro to the track, and it might just kind of help out if we have both of these. So kind of bring back that bridge almost. So let's go ahead back up here to whole notes. The very end there. Now we cut out the drums on 82, but we actually want the chorus to come back on 83. So paste. Wow, those chords are just really loud still. So I'm lowering these chords down again. So let's listen to it one more time from here. Okay, cool. So, I mean, for the most part, that is the arranging of the track. Now, for some reason, our chords here, our lead here, sorry, didn't come through for whatever reason. And let's just take this and copy this in one more time. So as you can see, so this was the bridge with that new lead sound that kind of really I don't know, in my opinion, really changed it. And then we come back into here. This is the last chorus. And so I left the bridge in here one more time because I think it would actually be cool to take the drums and take them totally out except for just the snare drum and just kind of have this track essentially kind of like die out at the end here. So we're just going to leave the snare drum in. This is the end of the very last chorus. And then let's take out those big crash effects, is at least what I call them. And then we probably should take out that lead too, just to kind of help pull this back out. Well, I don't love that. I still feel like, I don't know, it just doesn't sound full anymore. So let's go ahead and take out the bass. Let's leave in the synth and let's go back to our verse here. And let's grab those affected chords that we made. These guys, this kind of might help end the track for us. And you know what? Let's go ahead and grab that reverse cymbal also that we had fade into it. So if you take a listen, that little thing right there, what I can do is drag this back to here so that I can just copy this. And when I put it in the spot I want, it'll be perfectly in time. So if I click here on reverse and then we listen. Okay, that sounds much better. Just at the end here, these synth chords, the ones that are pulsing, I think they just need to be turned down at that point, just to kind of give them, kind of make it seem like something's really happening at the end here. And I'll just turn this down a little bit. So that, for the most part, is the track. We'll get rid of these last couple measures of chords, and we could have it end somehow with, maybe something fun like a reverse cymbal or just like this. We could just leave it hanging. And that could be the end of our track. And then I think that snare drum is missing up here. Draw on one more snare. Or maybe it's two more. Yeah, two more. So then we have that as the end, and then we just need to go back to the beginning. I don't know why we didn't do this right away. At the pre-choruses, we want to have something happen in those pre-choruses. So here's the pre-chorus. This is the first pre-chorus. Click on the drums here. And then maybe right here, just add maybe a kick drum in to kind of signify that we're going to stop. I think that's good. I mean, obviously you could play around with that transition. Let's just go to the second pre-chorus then also. So the second pre-chorus is here. Boom. Cut out those two snares, add in the kick. So that is our entire track. Now, if we would take a look at the time, we're about 3:20. Obviously, there's a little time in the beginning too, about 3 seconds. So maybe a little closer to like 3:18 you can get this track down to, which is obviously going to be a great amount of time for a pop track. You got to keep it under that 3:30. And sometimes a lot of people even want to try to go for like 3:15 right now. So let's go ahead and I'm going to play it so I'm just going to play it from here. So this will be our doubled chorus, and then it's going to go into the bridge, the last chorus, and then this kind of like outro thing. So there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video series on how to create a pop EDM track from scratch. So the next series I want to do is some modern sounding hip hop tracks, some modern straight mainstream pop tracks, and then I also really get into like straight up EDM tracks, all obviously having that very modern sound. So if you guys are looking for any more information on recording, producing, mixing, mastering, go ahead and check out the over 140 videos right here on the True Sound Studios YouTube channel. So thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, click that like button and consider subscribing for more content. So not only do I make YouTube videos, but I also produce tracks and I can mix and master your music. So once again, thank you for watching this video. I'm Weezna and True Sound Studios is in your ears.